Do you know about the benefits of data visualization? Some benefits include data that is much easier to understand and faster decision-making. But presenting data in an effective way takes a certain level of skill and attention to detail. In order to ensure that your visuals communicate the right message, we have compiled several expert tips for presenting data effectively. I'm Sissy, here with Jotform. Let's get started. First, be sure to keep your visuals simple. In this case, less is more. You should minimize the cognitive load of your audience when creating your visuals. Remove any extra clutter, but still preserve the most important elements of your data. While it can be challenging to turn in all of your data into a simple visual that still captures the message you are trying to convey, it is definitely necessary. Visuals that work well are clean and draw the reader's eye to your central message. Only include the elements that are absolutely necessary to getting your message across. Including unnecessary elements in your visuals will only make it harder for your audience to get your message. Next, make your visuals easy to understand. The person looking at your visuals should be able to understand what you are trying to say within a few seconds. If they can't, then your visuals need some work. Since you are the one creating the visuals, it will make sense to you personally. But to someone unfamiliar with your data, their understanding and interpretation may be a bit different. Create your visuals with your unfamiliar reader in mind. Our third tip is to limit the number of colors in your visuals. While adding a lot of color to a visualization can make it attractive, too much color can be a distraction. An excessive amount of color can cause people to focus on the wrong thing. Your reader may spend more time looking at the sheer number of colors than the relationship between the items that those colors represent. One way to combat this is by using the spectrum of a single color instead. For example, you can use blue as your main color, but utilize various shades of blue to keep things interesting. Next, make your visuals engaging. You'll want to present your key ideas and insights in an engaging way. Creating a strong narrative within your visual can help build a story for your audience to follow. You can do things like taking a thematic approach and using fictitious characters to exemplify conclusions. Or start with a general conclusion about the visual and then go into more specific conclusions. No matter which path you choose, your data must make sense in the context of what came before it. Each piece of data should create a new layer of insight for detail to your overall picture. In short, if your data is not adding any value to your visual, then it is a distraction. Our fifth tip is to use high-quality aesthetics. Focus on different aspects that can give your visual aid a pleasing aesthetic. Things like good proportions and well-labeled axes can be very helpful. For example, there should be a reason why one bubble is a different color than another, not just for design purposes. Missing small details like these can reduce your audience's ability to engage with the data that you've presented. Next, add legends and navigation aids where they are appropriate. While you're presenting your data, your audience may need additional assistance to fully grasp what you're showing them. This is where adding a legend or navigation aid is especially helpful. They allow your audience to get a full picture of the report, and they mitigate the need for your audience to ask what something means. Overall, they make your visual easier to understand and follow along with. Here's an example of Jotform's report builder, which makes it quick and easy to add legends to data charts. And our final tip is to strike a balance in the visual appeal. While your data should be pleasing to the eye, make sure that you do not go overboard. It should be easy for your audience to scan and digest the data you are presenting. If you focus too much on the visual appeal, this can make your audience focus more on the coolness factor of your visual rather than drawing on important conclusions. Don't lose your message entirely while focusing too much on how your visual looks. The most important thing is that your visuals are clear and easy to understand. Okay, here are our 7 data visualization tips on presenting data. First, keep visuals simple. Second, make your visuals easy to understand. Then, limit the number of colors in your visual. Next, make your visuals engaging. Next, use high-quality aesthetics. Then add legends and navigation aids when necessary. And finally, strike a balance in the visual appeal. Data visualization may seem like a challenging task, but by following these tips, you can represent your data easily and effectively. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm Sissy here with Jotform. Have a good one.